convinced me. I'm so convinced that you guys really want to know the secret, right? Oh, yeah, I want to know. How many of you excited? I am excited. How many of you want to know the secret of how to become a millionaire? Okay, we got 2 people who stood up. How many of you want to know the secret of how to become a millionaire? Okay. That's more like it. We're going to share that with you at convention. You say you want it now, right?
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
So let me tell you a little story real quick. And this is the story I shared with some other distributors. And it all revolves around how to become a millionaire. There was this wise man in the village, and he was extremely rich. Extremely rich. And there were a few people within that city and that community who wanted to have some wealth. They wanted to become a millionaire. They wanted to become a millionaire. And this wise man, he posted an advertisement in the city, right downtown in the city. If there's anybody who's bold enough to come learn from me how to become a millionaire, meet at this particular place at this particular time. And it was a Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, hundreds and hundreds of people lined up in the street wanting to learn from the guy who was the millionaire. He was the millionaire maker. And what happened is this, he told them what was going to take place. And 1 o'clock had happened, 1 o'clock came, 1:30 came, 2 o'clock came. He didn't show up yet. A lot of people started to go home. 3 o'clock came, and a lot of other people had gone home, and the millionaire comes out because he knew by just waiting a couple of extra hours, the majority of the crop participated. Most people quit before they get started. And here it was, he was left with about 75 committed people to become a millionaire. And what he did is he brought them up to his house. He had this huge home. Acres and acres and acres and acres of land that he had. And he brought them all in, and this is what he told them. He says, listen, one of you are going to become an instant millionaire today. He had never told them what they had to do. He just told them they'll become an instant millionaire. And he told them what the secret was going to be. He said, the secret to becoming an instant millionaire today is one of you going to have to win my challenge. And he wanted to know what that challenge was. So he took them around the backside of his house. And the backside of his house, he had this huge pond. I mean, it was huge. It was about 4 or 5 acres of just water. And he brought them over there, and he stood them right in front of the water, and he looked at them, and he says, listen, some of you are about to quit right now before you get started. Everybody says, no, we're not. I said, yes, you are. He said, because what I'm going to do today is this. Each one of you, you'll stand on this scale, and you'll weigh yourself. And whatever you weigh, if you win the challenge, you will receive your equivalent weight in gold. You'll be this and millionaire. And they were all excited. They were fired up. They were pumped up. Then he asked, what do we have to do? And about 5 minutes later, he explained to them what they had to do. He said, you see where this pond starts right here? They said, yeah. He said, the first person to get to the other side of the pond will win their weight in gold. And everybody got excited. A couple of people started jumping. He said, stop, hold on. I want you to know that this pond, before you jump, is filled with alligators. And he threw some meat in the pond, and next thing you know, you saw about 10 alligators. Just go grab him. And everybody was sitting there looking, and then several other people quit. And he's left there with some pretty brave people, about 10, 12, 15 brave people. Big, strong, alligator fighting type people. Some who were Olympic swimmers, who sitting there contemplating what was going to happen. And he had one little guy who was about this tall, real scrawny, well, you know, not really big, but everybody's afraid. And everybody's sitting there talking, and within the next 1 minute, you heard a splash. That little, short guy, you heard him in the water. And he's swimming, and he's swimming, and he's swimming, and he's screaming for his life, and he's swimming, and he's swimming, and he's swimming across, and he's screaming for his life, and he's calling everybody. He's even calling Bernie. He's calling Shane. He's calling Jesus. He's calling everybody. Next thing you know, he gets across, and he's tired. The wise man told him, come around here, and he came around, and he was tired, because he swam through all the alligators, and he was fighting for his life, and he was just out of breath, just like this. You ever done so many CJMs that you're like, wow, I've done too many CJMs this week. Diamonds know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? See, if you guys haven't done that, you're not going down it yet. And so, the wise man brought him up and says, listen, why don't you tell us, how did you get the courage? Because you just won your weight in gold, and because you're so small, I'm going to double it in your weight in gold. Could you tell everybody exactly what you did? He says, hold on for a second. I'm still out of breath. I'm out of breath. He says, please tell everybody how you did it. He says, hold on for a second. First, I need to find the fool who pushed me in the water.